Hello and welcome to the webinar. I am your moderator, George Zarepsky, and I'll be moderating today's session. We also have the founders, Candace and Mark Perea, with us. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Candace is a programmer and CEO of MCP Networks, and Mark is a network engineer and CTO of MCP Networks, whose first product is Aerēz, which is what we're here to talk about today. So in today's webinar, we'll cover the newly released features of Aerēz and then open it up to a Q&A session at the end. If you're watching the recorded version of this webinar, we'd still like to answer any questions you have, so please comment on the video, or you can ask us anything via the convenient little chat bubble we have in the bottom right corner of our website, aerez.net. That's AEREZ.net. For those that are new to the product, Aerēz is a smart router that we've developed using existing high-end hardware and then added our patent-pending software and algorithms. Aerēz allows you to pause the internet for any user or device on your network or the whole network at once with just the push of a button. It also comes stock with parental controls, notifications, and bandwidth management to give you total control of your home network in an easy-to-use app. Today, we're talking about some of the new features the developers have just released. We have new network optimization that Mark is going to talk about. He's pretty eager to tell us about that cool stuff. And then Candace is going to tell us about the super sweet new user interface updates that we have. So without further ado, Candace, tell us about these new updates.
All right. Well, so we have been working on functionality most of the time, moving from our proof of concept to our first test version. So now we are actually putting the polish into our app, making it more fun and visual for the user and much more personalized. So we'll start with the profile image, which is just a fun way to identify your family. You get to see the image at login. Super easy to upload. You just go into your settings and account and click the button for the profile image. Choose a file, and what we recommend is a square aspect ratio, about 100 pixels wide. Works pretty well, but you can try most different size ratios. So once the image is uploaded, then at the home screen, you should be able to see your updated image as well. So that's the profile image. We also updated the user images. So basically the user images just let you easily and quickly see what devices belong to what user. So we can just run through that real quick. If you go into the user after you've created them, you go back into the edit user screen, click on the edit user button, upload your file, and save, and there you see the image has been added. So what's also useful with the user images is if you go into your device listing and you've assigned a device to a user, you'll see at a glance what device belongs to what user. Along the way, we've added some fun color scheme. We're all computer geeks, so we're bringing in some vintage robot feel and vibe with some of our images and our colors. So that's going to be continuing to change as we add more of the polish to the app. So I think that's about all I have to cover on the users and the images updates.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, Candace. Yeah, this is pretty cool, and it's easy to see who has which item. That's awesome with the little icon there. And sorry about that interruption earlier. We had one of the kids, it was actually little brother, stepped in and wanted to say hi on the webinar. All right. Shh, he's talking. All right. So we've got some neat features there. Let's move on over to the geeky stuff now. Mark, tell us all about this network optimization.
Sure. So this week we added some features that both are exposed to you and you can see, and also things that are running under the hood. So if we go into settings here, and then the network management, there's a button down towards the bottom, and that button says Optimize My Network. And if you click that button, what's going to happen, it's going to run a speed test, and it's going to test your download speed, and it's going to test your upload speed, and it's going to get a real-world result of how fast your internet connection is. This is what's exposed to you. At the end of the test here, you're going to see that it tells you how fast your internet connection is. So if you want a quick test that tells you how fast your internet is from the router's perspective instead of from your PC's perspective, you can see that here. You'll see there it says fine-tuning complete. Now what this does in addition to running a speed test is that it tweaks, tunes, and optimizes your internal network with quality of service settings, priorities, bandwidth shaping, so that now all of the devices inside your network are taken into account. And this button is a one-button stop that tunes your whole network to use your available bandwidth in the best way possible. So just one click and it takes care of all that. Now under the hood, in addition to having this button, we've now got a scan occurring periodically throughout the day where we're looking to see how your connection is performing behind the scenes. And so in the upcoming weeks, we're going to start to alert you when your internet connection changes significantly. So if you start to get a slowdown, we'll know that, and we are working on the portion that's going to send you a text message if you opt in to have a notification via text. So we'll be letting you know, hey, your internet has slowed down, and it looks like from our perspective that's your service provider. Or we might let you know that it looks like it's a bandwidth hog on your network, so maybe you should check out this device, and we'll tell you which device it is. So there's my updates for this week.
Awesome, thanks, Mark. Yeah, also I noticed that we have in the activity window, when we do that, it'll give us the feedback for what our update was as well, or what our status was as well, so that's pretty cool. Awesome, so some cool features for everyone. Please give us the feedback on these as you use them. And let's turn it over now to Q&A. We don't have anything live on Facebook, on YouTube right now. Do you have anything for us, Candace?
Sure. A question that's been coming up recently from people that we've talked to about the product Aerēz, they ask, does Aerēz work for just Wi-Fi connected devices only? And I think that question comes from that there are some parental controls available, but they only work with Wi-Fi connected devices. So one of the reasons why we developed Aerēz was so that it would work with both Wi-Fi connected devices and hardwired devices. So if you still have computers and laptops, Xboxes, your Apple TVs, they're all hardwired, those will work with Aerēz. It'll work with the hardware that we will supply to you. You can even connect another piece of equipment, like a switch, to manage some existing devices that you already have. So yeah, that was the question that I've been asked a lot lately, so I thought I would bring it up today.
Awesome, cool, good stuff, good stuff. Mark, did you have anything?
Just that over the next week we'll be working on the bandwidth hog. That's one of our biggest user requests is, hey, not only do I want to see the devices that are on the network, but I also want to know if one of them is misbehaving, and give me info on that. So both in the activity log and like we talked about earlier, if you've opted in for text messaging, we're working on, hopefully next week, if not that, the week after, alerting you to when a bandwidth hog exists on the network and what you can do about it.
Awesome. You just reminded me of a pretty interesting use case that we hadn't really thought about, but one of our users stumbled upon. They gave a testimonial and explained to us that they had found a rogue device on their network that shouldn't have been there, and it was a pretty unique and crafty reason why it was there. We'll put a link to that blog post down in the comments so you guys can go and check that out. But overall, the point of the testimonial, or the takeaway that I had from it was, we have so many new devices coming on the network nowadays. and it's hard to keep track of what's what, even for the tech savvy of us, you know. So this was a great use case of where Aerēz was able to notify someone of an unknown device, and it just speaks to the potential security threats that we face going forward with our Internet of Things connected homes. So yeah, check that out. We'll put the link down in the comments section, and it's pretty interesting. So I think that's our time for now. I don't have anything else. If you guys don't have anything, I think we'll close it out. I got a head shake from Candace. Nothing there, Mark?
No, we're good to go.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for your time, taking the time out from your development. Awesome new features that'll also be noted in the newsletter that we've sent out, and we look forward to seeing what comes out next week. Awesome, guys. Thanks, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks,
everyone. Thanks, George.
All right, bye-bye.